Samad Taylor, and he's with the Kansas City Royals. He was drafted by the Cleveland Indians in round 10, pick number 302 in 2016. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, and he's at age 24. So just to dive into Samad Taylor just a little bit, in 2016, when he was drafted, he went to the rookie ball, 116 at-bats, had a 293 average, on base percentage of 359, slugged 397, had a home run, 6 stolen bases. So it was just the athleticism that was popping there, I believe. And then in 2017, he repeated rookie ball with 16 at bats. So we'll skip through that guy. Was promoted to short A and had 128 at bats. Well, 188 at bats, batted roughly 300, 6 home runs, 6 stolen bases. Strikeouts were in a good percentage. Everything was looking okay. In 2018, he got promoted to full A ball, had 460 at bats. The average dipped down to 230. He had a 321 on base percentage and slugged 389. So on base percentage was looking really good there. He had 44 stolen bases in 2018 and 460 at bats. That's a plus. 2019 gets a semi call up to advanced A, has 319 at bats. His average dips to 216, but he keeps his on base percentage up to 325, has 26 stolen bases. The slugging percentage isn't there. He had 7 home runs. Not a lot to talk about there. It was kind of a rough season. Skip 2020. So double A, 320 at bats, batted 294, on base 385, slugged 503, had 16 home runs, 30 stolen bases. Strikeout percentage was quite high, 110 strikeouts, 94 hits, 42 walks. In 2022, he gets promoted to triple A at age 23, 244 at bats, average 258, on base 337, slugged 426, added 9 home runs, and another 23 stolen bases. So what I'd like to highlight here is speed, for one. He's got speed for days. He's got a little bit of juice in the bat, but he keeps his on-base percentage at a really high rate. No matter the strikeouts, no matter the ugliness that there is a little bit in his profile, his on-base percentage stays up no matter what, which I really, really like. So overall, 1,663 at bats, his average 256, on base 341, 48 home runs, and 136 stolen bases. Overall, I think he's an athletic freak, and I like Samad Taylor. Ross, what do you have on him?
Okay, Brian, if I were to quote this line in a vacuum, you know nothing else, and I say 23-year-old in AAA, batted 258 with a 337 OBP and a 426 slugging percentage.
Pretty
9
ho-hum.
home runs and 23 stolen bases. Do you like it?
No, it's pretty ho-hum.
I don't like it either.
No.
I do think Samad Taylor had a big breakout last season. He was really hot early on, and he seemed to have cooled off later on in the season. I think most of this can be attributed to, and I get heat from people occasionally for caring about this kind of stuff, but I do. I can't help myself. It's how I'm geared. His strikeout rate.
Yeah.
Last year he was striking out in almost 30% of his plate appearances. It's really hard to continue to show that you are this great skilled player over time when people start realizing I just throw pitches outside of the zone and this guy will swing at it. Next thing you know, batting average starts plummeting. the guy is no longer as effective as he once was because he was on fire. He really
Yeah.
was. He's got the skills. You're right. He's got the skills. He's got speed. I don't know that I trust the bat to translate to the major league level of effectiveness. That's kind of where I'm at with him.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. But every now and again, I think I find a player that has all the tools, hasn't quite put it all together, and I kind of fall in love. And I would say Samad Taylor probably falls into that zone of somebody that I just I get a grip on, and I don't want to let him go. But you're right, yeah. 23 years old and batting 258 in AAA, not something that you should fall in love with. What's his comp sit now?
He's got a comp for Peter Borges. Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, you don't have to go that far back
Yeah.
in time to when he was playing with the Angels. Yeah, he had a lot of speed. And I think Samad Taylor has a lot of speed, stole a lot of bases. He didn't hit a lot of home runs. He was better than I think people probably think that he was with that. But always the guy that struck out a lot. You know, he wasn't an everyday player because of that. And these are the risks that I see when I am lowering a guy's ranking myself compared to what everybody else expects, is that I just don't know if they're going to be a guy that's continuing to be productive enough to be holding down a position at the major league level. You know, that's usually what it comes down to. And what I want is a guy that I know is going to be able to play, is going to be put out there every day, because whoever he's playing for knows that this guy is valuable and should be in my lineup.
Yeah.
I get worried about guys like Samad Taylor.
Personal comp, and this would be his ceiling. He screams Tim Anderson to me.
Tim Anderson, his strikeout rate at the MLB level is in the lower 20 percentile. So
yeah.
If Samad Taylor can reach that, if he can be a guy that's striking out 21, 22% of the time instead of 30% of the time, 29, 30%. And it's going to be harder as he gets into the MLB, right? Like that's what he's doing at AAA. If he can get that down to that 22%, he can be an everyday starter. He will be an everyday starter. Samad Taylor, if you're listening to this, figure out how to cut down your strikes to 22%. Somewhere in the lower 20s, and you can be a successful major leaguer.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
So with all that said, I would like to recommend everybody that Samad Taylor is a wait and see.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and of course visit our website, scoutthestatline.com for more.